Okay, so it seems like the YouTube one is up, but hmm, hmm. Twitch is up and running now too. Great. All right, because I'm streaming to a higher definition on YouTube, so and it's already like doing more in general. So I hope this works out well. I hope it doesn't make my machine crap itself. And let us get started. Hold on, let me listen to myself real quick. Myself in the game. Let's stop listening to the game. Okay, so unfortunately it seems like it dips to like 20. It's dipping a little bit too low for my comfort levels, seeing as it jumps all over the place with this game. Dag. I'm gonna turn off the ray tracing. That should be a little bit more stable. It doesn't look quite as good, but who cares? Down we go. No, no, no! I have to go back. Don't kill them. I don't like the sounds. It's too much sound. Okay. And then also let me scroll this down so I can see the stream audio. So I want to see how loud that really was. Okay, so that's not good. Like, let me listen on here. Okay, resume. Let's leave it for a second. And then we'll just come right on back. And oh, that's bad. We're gonna turn it down some more. And there we go. I think that's good. That should be good. One more time. All right. Plasma cutter. Oh, you already put that. I did it earlier. Okay. At some point, I'm gonna need to start putting it into the suit, but right now, I'm just not gonna do it. Down we go. I don't trust anything on this game. I like this sound. This is hard and beating my crazy. It needs level 1 clearance for that. Means I can't go there yet. I'm gonna have to come back and find those places. There's a couple of them. Oh yeah. Hold on, we're changing this back. No, I'm leaving it. I was about to change the map from the map to the waypoint thing, but I don't want to do that. Okay, that leg is heavy. I hate this. Thought it was running good, but yeah, keep that high. All to medium. Okay, let's see what it looks like. It still looks pretty good. It's not terrible. It's not as beautiful as it was, but it's not terrible, so we're good. Items. They're not giving me anything to pick up. I guess this area is just weird. Was it fire? Nope. I just wasted that. What's this? Out of my way. Okay, this. Fine.
Gotta hold the line.
Man. What's going on? Let's go for performance. Let's see what this does. Give it a minute or two to adjust before it
They all came back.
That's better. Give me that. Oh yes, give me that. Wait. Oh, this hand is in your chest. Excuse me? Thank you. I like that very much. Thank you. Give it to me. Ragdoll means it's safe. Anything else means you're dead. Thing over here. It'd be just my luck they defy the sanctity of the tram stations, because the tram stations used to be where you were 100% safe. Nothing would go wrong. Should we?
Lifting station lockdown.
I just came from there. Hangar cargo tram control. Okay, so this is back where I originally was. This is where I'm at now. Okay. Cool to know. Anything to pick up? Don't see nothing. And we're still lagging out. Lagging terribly. I think I know this. This is what I think it is. We're just gonna go ahead and use that. Oh wait, this is where we're gonna blow this thing up. I remember this.
Isaac, have you heard from
Y'all
Daniel?
need to be careful with that camera.
She ran the other way.
No, nothing. Medical's a slaughterhouse. They barricaded access to the morgue.
The morgue.
Yeah, but the barricade was put together in a hurry. The hydrazine tank might blow it open. Just need a detonator, like maybe a shock pad. Nicole could be through there if...
Level
Isaac.
2 security clearance
The one who
required.
attacked us.
For
I
lockers?
swear to God it was Chen.
Okay.
I saw him die. If they barricaded the morgue, maybe it was to keep
Yeah, it was
something in.
Chin. He came back, buddy. This is like the year like 3000 something. Like y'all better know that like y'all have heard of zombies. So space zombies should not be that crazy to you. I'm saving that every single one of these. If there's like a special achievement for not saving or only saving a certain amount of times, we are definitely not getting it ever. Because I will not play this game again. I'm not playing on like impossible now. Let's see what we got here. Kinda wanna get that, but we'll wait. Gotta put that. And we're gonna stick with that suit. Oop. The right hand side is gonna be for the Like with ceremony. The right hand side is going to be for the line cutter when I get it. I can't wait. I shouldn't be in here yet. Oh God. The frames. Man! No, let's just follow where Marco's telling me to go. Tell me to go the other way. Might as well. Oh, it's this again. Don't do that until I get close enough, and then you're gonna bang one hard time. Yep. And my frames are. Something's gonna happen here. Cause they got two stasis recharge stations that close to each other. Where are we going? I don't even completely know. I just know it's in this direction. Huh. Can't go there. Mine. Thank you. Ooh, pulse runs. Thank you. That's mine as well. How many inventory spots I got left? I got plenty. I'm good. Y'all did all the stuff over here. Okay, they playing with me. I don't like this. It's been too long. Give me that arm. Yeah. It's too long. His body. Stomp on him. Give it to me. I might need to put that weapon away in storage or something. Oh man. Ooh. Get off me! Ooh. Give me that leg. Give me that arm. Give it to me. You're dead. Sorry, buddy.
Level 2 security clearance required.
Man. Okay. I need to figure out where to get these security clearances from. Because I don't want to be coming back through these places. I'll upgrade my equipment. Yes, I will. Thank you very much. No. We're going to focus on the plasma cutter. Plasma cutter is like OP. Plasma cutter and line rifle. I mean, not the line rifle, the line gun. Maybe they changed it for like these, but I can play around with later because you can get these back anyway. So we're going to go for this, and then I'll get the next damage on that. This way I'll almost always have something to cut through your limbs with. I feel so uncomfortable. We still lagging super duper hard? Yes, we are. What is happening? Okay. Oh man. The frames. Okay, wait, hold on. It's gotta finish adjusting. It's not adjusting to nothing. Hold on. Ray tracing is worse. I almost want to put everything on low, like. Considering how everything is. We're gonna do it on low for one day. Joy. Till I can figure out this, how this everything's gonna be set up. Now this is like the lowest. This is like doing nothing. This should definitely work. Where you at? Hell. Circuit breaker. Doors or elevator? These doors first. What you mean locked?
Patient log retrieved.
I hear the tests on patient Harris were inconclusive. Given the reports from the colony, he's lucky to have his faculties at all.
Well, a divine experience would leave an impression on anyone's mind.
Perhaps. But I saw nothing divine in all that blood.
Oh boy.
The
What's his
suicide.
name? Mercer.
This is a revelation, Terrence. We just need more insight to translate it.
You think this insight can be found in Mr. Harris's psyche?
I'm positive. And with Captain Matthias barring any visits to Aegis 7, this fellow may be our best chance.
Harris is Dr. Brennan's patient. And your methods... Look, Mercer, things are complicated enough already. I can't sign
Mercer.
off on this.
Crazy
You'll
ass.
do what's best, of course, but how long can we afford to wait?
I hear you. Come on. Y'all not slick. I hear you. Oh man, it's really... Okay. So here's what I think I'm going to do, right? I think I'm going to drop the Twitch stream because it's definitely not doing good. About the... No, this one's not doing good either. Yeah, so... Yeah, so we're gonna drop the Twitch one. I think I'll only go to Twitch when I think I'll only go to Twitch when I'm like, you know, reacting to videos and stuff. I'm not gonna do it when I'm like playing games. Yeah, that was it. So this still might not be good. I guess this game like is just heavy on the system. Dang. Hmm. I definitely see you. Yeah, this just might not be a game that I can like really stream. Yeah. Okay. I saved back there. So what I'm gonna do is and I thought I had it good too. I don't know what's happening. It might, like I said, I was in that one little room though. It might just be that when it's more enemies and stuff on the run around, it can't handle it. And it was doing so good. I was able to record stuff and everything earlier, and now it's just like it doesn't want to do it. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. Go ahead and exit the game. All right. So I guess from now on, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have installing Spotify. Spotify was already installed. So I guess we're not playing that game anymore. Not on stream. Which sucks. Sucks a lot. Well, no, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think I have an idea what I can do. So we'll just go change this to entertainment, reacting to stuff. Sabe? I'm really kind of disappointed though. Because I was really looking forward to playing that game on stream. But we'll just have to do the recording and I'll edit it all together and make a video and blah, 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 you know. I mean, if I'm going to do all that, I might as well take it back to the beginning. It's probably what I'm going to do. Sucks, but hey, who cares? Let's start back up the Twitch stream. Come on. You need to be live. Do the thing for me. Twitch inspector. Modify. Can I alter this on the fly? Let's send 7,000. Okay. Let's see if that's still unstable. Let's modify it one more time. 6K. I'm not messing with it after this. This is good as it's gonna be. Okay. We're just gonna react to some videos. Change that to Switch chat. Done. All right, we gotta change back. We're gonna start off with some
Hello
daily
everyone,
dose
this
of
is your daily dose of internet. A dentist needed to numb half of this woman's face for a procedure.
I just got done at the I like, okay, okay. Fine, but like, ready? This is me blinking.
I remember back in 2012. I think it was it might have been early 2012. I went to the dentist and everything, and they had to give me some anesthesia. The dentist, I'm lucky I don't live where I used to live, because I would never go to that woman again. This happened to me, this exact same thing, and like I wasn't happy about it. I wasn't thinking it was funny or whatever, because like at first I kind of freaked out, like, oh my God, because I was sitting there and she was like, in my teeth and everything, and I was just like, oh, I just blinked, and I still saw this woman the entire time I blinked. So I was like, hey, I can't blink anymore. She was like, oh, no, you're fine. You can still blink. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, watch, I'm gonna close my eye right now. She's like, oh, you closed your eyes, you couldn't see me. I'm like, I could see you the entire time. And she just repeatedly lied to me until I freaked out too much, where I was like, okay, something's wrong. Like, you're not reliable. Until I eventually I made too big of a stink, and then, she kind of had to tell me like, okay, well, your face is paralyzed on one side, But I'm like, she could have just told me the truth. Like, all right, cool. Like, what's going on with my face? And it's like I couldn't move this entire side of my face, and it lasted for a while because they gave me way too much, I guess. Like, I was so mad.
Nobody was hurt, and the guys shook hands afterwards. They gave their dog sparkling water to see how they would react.
Hold on, let me go back.
Nobody was.
This idiot taking off his shirt while he's.
Nobody was hurt, and the guys shook hands afterwards. They gave their dog sparkling water to see how they would react.
Like, nah, I don't want to. Right. That is disgusting.
Hello. Hello. Check. No. I don't have a driver's license, but I've never been in an accident, so.
Well, like you've never had one, or you just didn't renew it, or?
Hi.
How did Uber allow you to sign up?
Well, you work for Uber, right?
Guys, can you keep it down? I'm trying to sleep.
We just surpassed a world population of over 8 billion people. This is what it would look like if every human on Earth stood next to each other.
You got some right here. Whoa!
That cat finna beat the mess out you.
You
Don't
got
do
some
it.
right here.
Don't do it.
I found a very interesting Twitch streamer.
Hallo.
Jo, Digga, du bist das älteste Baby, das ich
You are
je
the
gesehen
oldest
habe.
baby I've ever
Danke,
seen.
Bro, danke.
Ja!
These guys asked an officer if the person they pulled over got a ticket.
Did they get a ticket?
Yes, right, bigger. They did get a ticket.
You got donuts?
Donuts. You got
Got
donuts?
donuts.
That's
Of
funny.
course.
These workers had to
course
use
they want
explosives
donuts.
to dig through a tunnel.
Ooh. Ooh-wee. I wouldn't want to be nowhere near that. Cheating. Genius though. Smart.
This dog does not like getting
Oh, you
kisses
said
from mom.
missed. Said nope. No, mom, no. You're embarrassing me. Is that Mochi?
These guys recorded a time-lapse video while working on a project. Can
That
you
was
tell which one
almost
has
a
ADHD?
lawsuit. The one on the right. He got big ADHD.
This is probably the greatest way to ever win a game of dodgeball.
Oh! The dog is a
These
toy.
people put their phone down and ran towards the beach, but
a
recorded
living
these
toy.
strangers making comments about them.
They're crazy. They're nuts. They're either trying to sober up real quick for a reason, or they're just nuts. And then she's got a killer body.
There's a comet that passes by Earth every 50,000 years, and one of my subscribers captured video footage of it moving to...
What's with people? Like, they was just having fun in the water and you was like, they're nuts.
the sky. That
They're
is
trying to sober up real quick. Like,
the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
that's a comment.
Later.
I'm not watching. Well, I might watch that in a minute. Ooh.
This is a video about evolution. Not the biological evolution you're familiar with, where living organisms adapt to their environment. No, this is about virtual evolution. About discovering the extent to which video games and other simulations can shatter the natural order and let us experiment with the building blocks of life itself. The ambitious dream of using computers to simulate life is an old one, and you might be amazed at just how far the technology has come. So, for this entry into the archive, we'll take natural selection into our own hands and see just how far we can push this concept before things get out of control. Our story begins in 1970, when British mathematician John H. Conway unveiled a game simply called Life. The rules are simple. Within a blank void, you can create tiny pixels called cells, which will reproduce if there are enough cells next to them, but die out if they get overcrowded or end up alone. Simple, right? Well, you activate the simulation, and then...
Crazy. Beautiful,
Using these rules and basic starting patterns, Conway's Game of Life can create unbelievably complex chain reactions that legitimately feel, well, alive. Pretty quickly, people discovered that depending on your initial pattern, specific species would emerge with their own unique behavior. Microbe-like colonies of pixels that appeared to move were nicknamed spaceships. So-called puffer trains traveled along and left behind a trail of debris. Rakes left behind trails of fully functional spaceships. This pattern, called the rabbit, starts small, but expands for a ridiculous amount of in-game time before stabilizing. It's a lot like watching cells under a microscope. Of course, the pixels in the Game of Life aren't actually alive by most definitions, but they're an incredible starting point that show just how effective simple rules can be at creating
It literally
emergent
builds
behaviors.
it.
It's proven to be a game with almost limitless potential.
That's crazy.
But we can take things further. Life Engine is a more recent game by the amazing YouTuber Emergent Garden that simulates not just emergent behavior, but natural selection. Like Conway's game, Life Engine is all about pixels, but here different colored pixels have different functions. Orange pixels act as a mouth, allowing life forms to consume energy. Green pixels produce energy like plants. Blue pixels can move about like animals. Pink pixels do damage to other life forms. And purple pixels act like armor against damage. Finally, gray pixels act as eyes, allowing the smartest virtual life forms to avoid each other. When you begin a game in Life Engine, it always starts with a mass of stationary life forms slowly expanding out from the center via reproduction. Yet each time a pixel reproduces, it has a random chance of changing color, simulating a genetic mutation. As with real-world natural selection, some of the
I actually want to do this with Life Engine. Is that what it's called? What? What? To kill. Okay. Uh-oh. They're gonna die out. Oh, they got a purple in there. No, let's separate this half from this half. Let's see what happens. They're freaking out. I don't like you having this great of a boundary. Hold on. Oh, you escaped. Nope. Stay in here. Okay, so I'm finna like have the funnest time. I'm finna just play on this like at random during the day. Like this is cool. Wait. Okay, what's happening? They're still freaking out. This has like Key D. How do I remove it? Up. Remove with that. Let some life back in there. Everything is that what the dead is? Okay, I can pause it too. Okay. Or I can pause rendering. Yes. That actually paused it. Okay.
The world is dying.
No.
mutations, like movement, prove advantageous, and give that specific life form out from the center.
Hold on,
when
let me
you
see.
begin eyes, allowing out like animals.
Light
Orange
blue's
pick
movement.
selection. Like Conway's game, Life Engine is a more recent game, but Nails. But here, different colored pixels have different functions. Orange pixels act as a mouth, allowing life forms to consume energy. Green pixels produce energy like plants. Blue pixels can move about like animals. Pink pixels do damage to other life forms. And purple pixels act like armor against damage.
So what
Finally,
are the dark
gray
ones? Dark
pixels
blue.
act as eyes, allowing the smartest virtual life forms to avoid each other. When you begin a game in Life Engine, it always starts
Is
with
dark blue just death? That's just where they died at? Like, this is just, they just died in here? We're gonna reduce their area until there's no more of them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're out of resources. I don't think they're gonna survive long. Let's isolate these ones because I hate that you have to kind of go slow with this. That's annoying. That's weird. No. I just realized that. What the hell? What is this do? What does the plus button do? Show control button. Whoa. Whoa. Hover over each color to learn what it doesn't tell me. This does nothing. Wait, so blocking them off produced a bunch of food? I'm assuming they die and become food or something. It has to be something. Hold on. We gotta go back in. The walls. We can't be having none of that. There we go. Y'all can't escape now. And my headphone just died. How unfortunate. Oh, there, that's just them dying. When they die, they become food. It says my bitrate on Twitch is unstable. We're gonna see how that looks, what it's doing. And then I'll probably call it a night. But we're gonna see. I don't know. We're gonna see. Let's see how it picks up on here. Hold on. Forgive me for that. I was taking time to look at this thing about a former police officer at the department where those 5 officers in the Tyrese Nichols case, right? 5 officers in the Tyrese Nichols case. Okay, yeah, so it seems like it's doing fine. Why is it talking about it's unstable? It's definitely not unstable. What are y'all talking about? Twitch is lying to me. Okay.
The massive stationary life forms slowly expanding out from the center via reproduction. Yet each time a pixel reproduces, it...
No, not done yet. Headphone died. One of them died. We'll just switch over to the other ones. I don't like using these ones as much.
Has a random chance of changing color, simulating a genetic mutation. As with real-world natural selection, some of the mutations, like movement, prove advantageous and give that specific life form more opportunities to reproduce. In almost every game, fast-moving life forms quickly overwhelm the stationary plant-like creatures, and then settle into an equilibrium much like on Earth. From here, this simulated petri dish becomes a battleground, with different species evolving weapons, armor, and evasive maneuvers to outcompete each other. A similar YouTuber-created game is the Bibbits, a simulator where endearing virtual creatures compete for food.
Hold on. I need to have these games now. I'm gonna see if I can get these and put these on the Steam Deck. Cause I'll just play that for I'll just do this for hours. Hold on, what's the first game called? It's just Life by who?
It begins. Our story begins in 1970. when British mathematician John H. Conway unveiled a game simply called Life.
Life by John H. Conway. I really needed the name of the person who created Life, John H. Conway. Boom.
The rules are simple. Simulate the growth of Bibbits getting more and more complicated the more you play. There's more to both games than this, and there's a link to them and all the other games and experiments discussed in this video in the description. There are a lot of incredible games in this category of cell-like evolution simulators, like the highly
Bro. Wait, was that not what it was called? Was I? Where my
cute in this category?
Are my reading
of
skills
cell-like
insufficient?
discussed in this video in the description. There are a lot.
Okay, so he's got. Okay, that's good. Knowing he has all those right there is good.
Of incredible games in this category of cell-like evolution simulators, like the highly underrated Cute Mold by Iritao, which lets you simulate the growth of different slime molds, or the remarkable Clusters by algorithmic artist Jeffrey Ventrella that renders a micro-world of particle systems that begin to display increasingly complex behaviors, not due to some hidden AI, but purely as the result of a system based on the laws of physics. Many of these games are inspired.
It's really, really interesting to see this stuff and see, like, based upon them, like, putting in, like, a couple of, like, really simple, like, rules, and then allowing it to, like, work itself out within some bounds, see it create these really complex, like, outcomes.
Inspired by Conway's life in some capacity, but all have their own unique spin. There's one final computational model that demands attention. Developed by scholar Bert Chan in 2015, Lenia is an award-winning program derived from Conway's Game of Life that uses continuous generalization to make everything smooth and ethereal. Using high-resolution patterns, Lenia produces far more complicated types of digital life, with over 400 individual species discovered. Lenia patterns have displayed...
That's the crazy thing, he said discovered. Because, like, you can basically just have, like, they don't know all the combinations that it can create. Like, it's been set up, and so now you can just test it out and see what you can make.
An impressive number of the traits we typically associate with biological life, including bilaterally and radially symmetrical body plans, reproduction, and even intercommunication between colonies. Chan is even organized...
That looked like a brain. That looked like it was, that looked like it was communication between, like, brain cells.
Into a taxonomic tree of evolution, some of which are so advanced, some have called them mathematical life forms. And sure, by most definitions, these patterns aren't truly alive. They're just the result of rules interacting in unique ways. But in a way, our universe and all the incredible systems of life within it are also the result of rules interacting in unique ways. And these simulations are only getting more advanced. Following the path of life on Earth, it's time to leave the virtual tide pool of cell simulators and take our first, very awkward steps onto dry land. Evolution is a game by programmer K1 that allows you to build digital animals by connecting joints with bones and bones with AI-controlled muscle tendons. The game's neural network will then try its absolute best to get the creature to walk forwards over multiple generations, with each attempt appearing as a little ghost next to the current model. At first, most simulations are an absolute mess of failed attempts, but with enough generations, the neural network will eventually get better at moving, even if it's not in the way you expect. And that's because this AI doesn't know what walking looks like. Which is why, at first, it's quite bad at it. Every movement it learns is through trial and error, essentially running off its own version of natural selection. And with enough practice, these simulated creatures can evolve movement patterns that are reasonably close to the real thing. And it's not just walking that this network is capable.
That feels weird. This twisting one, I don't know what it is about that. That just feels wrong. That feels
Depending
bad.
on the design of your creature, it might learn to roll, or hop around like a kangaroo, or even take to the skies. and there are more
What? It can just fly. It can just do that. It can just fly.
challenging tasks available than walking in a straight line. You can try to make the poor creature climb an infinite staircase, or jump over fast-moving obstacles. While at times hilarious, there is a strange tragedy in watching these innocent creatures struggle against gravity. Something about this game really captures the unfeeling nature of natural selection, where advancement often involves countless generations of failure. Though cleverly simplified, this is, in many ways, the story of life on Earth. A similar game to Evolution is Evopedal, a walking simulator created by Evol Games where a lifeform made up of randomly mutating blocks learns to travel forwards.
Randomly
the game
mutating
also
blocks.
has an amazing 3D version where
That would be terrible if you like randomly just mutate, like, oh well, I'm walking today and my foot is now like a giant club. Oh boy, I'm falling over. Oh, my arm is now like a wing. Not even a wing, like it's got like a giant tumor now.
a CGI model of a human will learn to walk by any means necessary, which can have both amusing and unsettling results. With over 100 moving parts, it's difficult for the AI to stay coordinated. You can also adjust the settings to allow for non-human movements like knees that bend backwards, which often leads to even more uncanny sights. The game even lets you fully adjust the gravity, and pushing the setting too far can lead to things breaking down a bit. Such is the price of glorious, glorious evolution. But maybe we're taking too many steps too quickly. After all, life on our planet didn't first evolve to move on land, but in the much more forgiving environment of water. In 2016, a group of scientists used artificial evolution to successfully produce swimming, soft-bodied creatures. These simulated lifeforms were made of squares of virtual tissue, with green representing actively moving tissue and blue representing passive tissues. The AI found that using a combination of both resulted in the most efficient swimming methods, producing a range of body types convergent with various forms of life in our own oceans. And to study the relationship between swimming and walking, some of these creatures were moved onto land, where they found clever ways to use bodies evolved for aquatic motion to navigate a terrestrial setting. That same year, another group of scientists ran a similar soft-bodied creature.
These things look like they're actual like animals, like little furry thing hopping around. Like that's crazy.
Experiment where a network evolved a body from a single initial cell. Each evolutionary run produced something different, but many looked remarkably close to biological life.
That looks like some type of like big monster that, not big monster, like some like walrus type monster that would come out of the water in like a Fallout game or something.
It's worth remembering that this AI didn't know what a leg or a tail is. It just found a way to keep balance that is convergent with life on Earth. On the subject of muscle-based locomotion, one of the most well-known experiments comes from 2013, with a 3D simulation of various bipedal creatures. These models learned to walk through trial and error over multiple generations. No motion capture or keyframe animation was used. With the impressive final results the product of AI learning, the examiners then pitted this AI against different target speeds, which led to the creatures adjusting their gait accordingly. They even put them through obstacle courses, throwing virtual boxes at them and adding random slopes to their environments. While sometimes they'd succeed in catching the AI off guard, the overall results were strikingly consistent. A more recent experiment presented at the ICLR conference used an analogous method to teach different models to walk. Many of these results resemble a three-dimensional version of one of the Evolution video games, as both are attempting to simulate similar things. But these scientific simulations are not games as we understand them, although this technology may one day be used to make virtual entertainment more lifelike.
This like really makes you think about like determinism versus like free will and stuff like that. Like, is everything set to come out exactly how it is, which is what I kind of lean towards, or is it like many different possible worlds and like we're just on one of the paths, you know? But seeing stuff like this makes me kind of lean more strongly towards the like determinism, like when the universe was created or whatever happened, like the domino was pushed over and it's gonna fall the way it is, you know.
As amazing as all these simulations and video games are, for me, there's always been that faint dream of the one unified game that combines cellular models with aquatic and terrestrial locomotion to create the ultimate evolution simulating masterpiece. For a lot of people, that dream once had a name, and its name was Spore.
Oh yeah, Spore.
Released in the late 2000s, the build-up to Spore was, to put it mildly, completely nuts. As early as 2005, demos of this hyper-detailed procedurally generated universe simulator were being shown, and it looked incredible.
I actually
There
want
was
to
a
play
sense
Spore.
among
I've
some
never played it
before its
before.
release that this game, which seemed to merge science with infinite customization, would change the industry forever.
And
And
it
then the
didn't.
game came out.
Yep.
While Spore did impress with its
Everything he was saying sounded like what's it called? It's not Bethesda. So what's his name? Molyneux or whoever. Guy who made Fable. He sounds like him. And Bethesda, because the dude was talking about how they were gonna make was it Fallout 76 and all that, the greatest thing ever? Like, yeah, no. Whenever you hear like stuff where it's like, we're gonna make this wild, new, crazy, insane thing. You've never seen it before. It's amazing. 16 times the detail. Like, no. All of that. Whenever you hear anything like that, nope. You're lying to me. You're trying to deceive me, and I don't believe you. I'm gonna keep my my expectations low. That way, if I do decide to play or use whatever you got that comes out at eventually, I'm not like, devastated. Like Dead Space 3 was that for me. I thought it was gonna be amazing. They didn't talk it up, but still, like I played it and I had these super high expectations, and it killed the game for me. It 100% killed it because it was the worst one out of the series. It was actually a mediocre game in general. Not even just, it was a bad Dead Space game and then a mediocre shooter. Like, no.
its creativity and ambition, a lot of people felt the game was significantly shallower and less scientific than they were led to believe before. To be clear, I'm still quite a fan of this game despite its eccentricities. Just looking at it gives me a huge hit of nostalgia. And it does explore a number of the principles of evolution and biology in its own unique manner. But it certainly takes a more cartoonish approach to the stages of life. And some features advertised like an underwater multicellular stage weren't in the final game. For many, it wasn't the comprehensive evolution simulator they were hoping for. Yet the dream of Spore hasn't vanished just yet. Recently, there's been a surge of new games that seem to take some of the concepts of Spore and push them further. One game on this exciting new frontier is Adapt by Paul Hervé. Currently a work in progress, Adapt is a game that lets you build your own life form much like Spore's creature stage, although it has a greater emphasis on biological plausibility and finding your niche through careful evolutionary choices. And unlike Spore, Adapt lets you build creatures specifically adapted for a semi-aquatic lifestyle. The game is currently free to play on Steam, and is a promising addition to this emerging subgenre.
Well,
one evolution simulator that really...
Hold on. I need that. Thank you. I am always up for free games, especially if they're interesting. Adapt. Thank you. Add to library. Add to my librarian. What's that? That looks terrifying. It's called Kenshi, and it doesn't look
really
good
impresses
at all.
with its sheer amount of detail is The Sapling. Created by Wessel Stoop, this polygon art sandbox game lets you design every organism in an ecosystem, and then simulate their interactions over multiple generations. And I do mean every organism. Unlike most games in this genre, you're not just designing animals, but plants too, and even things like algae. And the depths of these systems are absolutely mind-blowing. When placing a plant, you need to consider how many leaves it has relative to the sunlight, and the length of its roots, and the amount of groundwater in the area, and the soil softness, and the temperature, and the wind strength. Different plant colors realistically grow better or worse depending on the type of star your planet orbits. There's a full system of flowers you can add to plants that produce different amounts of pollen that affects reproductivity. You can use bioluminescence in plants to attract pollinators, or use bioluminescence in animals to mislead prey. In terms of creatures, there are flying life forms, detailed customization options for aquatic life, and different eyes that can see different ranges of infrared and ultraviolet light. You can even adjust the instincts of each animal, using a modular system of commands to change how they react to different creatures, sound frequencies, and specific colors. It's absolutely off the chain. Especially when you consider that, like Adapt, the sapling was developed by just one person, compared to Spore, which was made by a Goliath of a team. These single developer games, of course, don't have the same resources behind them, but the incredible results show that there are still passionate people who believe in this idea, this dream of a game that could simulate life like never before. And if we're going to talk about dreamers, we have to talk about Thrive. Beginning development over a decade ago, Thrive is a game quite unambiguously born out of frustration with the final product of Spore. A communal project open to all who wish to contribute, the game takes a far more ambitious and scientific approach to Spore's gameplay loop. In the game, you start as a single, realistic cell in a tide pool. As you advance, your cell splits into a complex multicellular organism, becoming a 3D model that can be fully shaped by the player, with different organs serving unique functions. Over the next few stages, this creature grows in size and intelligence, eventually able to communicate using a multifaceted language system and create technology, until eventually the technology compounds to the point where you ascend to a godlike level of power and can control the entire galaxy. It's all so cool. It also doesn't exist.
Right.
Since Thrive is a crowdsourced game, anyone on the internet can come up with ideas for Thrive, but actually implementing those ideas is another story. Most of the images people share of the—
Yeah, because that sounds amazingly complex. That's super complex. You'd have to set up something crazy for that to work.
Game's later stages is actually art by the talented Sayokant. Right now, over a decade after the game's inception, the only playable stage is the first one, the microbe stage. And to be clear, this initial stage is very interesting. It's an exceedingly complex and realistic cell simulator, where instead of eating cartoon plants, you're balancing your glucose, ammonia, and phosphate levels, in many ways making it a game about virtual chemistry. While this attention to scientific detail makes the game fairly difficult, it's a truly admirable product. Another cool thing about Thrive is that while you build and design your cell, other cells in the environment randomly mutate and adapt, with any given game creating hundreds of interconnected microbe lineages, all with their own randomly generated scientific name. Most people seem to be aware that the other stages of Thrive aren't coming for a while, but it is pretty inspiring to see so many people drawn in by this idea, and shows that the dream of the ultimate evolution simulator hasn't gone extinct just yet. Before this journey through virtual evolution concludes, there's one last thing I have to show you. A simulation that does something incredible, not by thinking big, but by thinking small. Really small. OpenWorm is an international open science project with the sole purpose of simulating every cell of a type of worm that grows just under 1 millimeter in length. That includes every neuron in its body, the wiring that connects these neurons, muscle cells, organs, and even its genetic code. The current model is so complete that when placed into an environmental simulation, it can move like a worm. As incredible as this recreation is, however, it is still not a perfect match, with replicating the electrical signals within the brain a future hurdle, but it may only be a matter of time. As our ability to simulate life gets more and more accurate, I can't help but wonder about our responsibilities. Over the course of making this video, I caused thousands of virtual life forms to expire for the purpose of education and entertainment. And sure, these creatures were pixels, just ones and zeros. But looking at how our ability to simulate evolution has evolved, it's clear that things are advancing rapidly. If one day we are able to truly render a universe in a box, filled with virtual creatures indistinguishable from biological life, I wonder if we'll have to start having more serious conversations about what we do with that power. We all know how people play The Sims, after all.
Yep,
Perhaps
burn
one day
everything,
we'll think of
everybody
this first
dies,
pixel
lock them in the pool so they can't get out. Just
is
everything.
placed in Conway's Game of
Mess 'em
Life
over.
as comparable to the first cells dividing in Earth's primordial oceans, the opening of a Pandora's box that marks a new chapter in the story of life. And what that chapter looks like will be up to us. Existential musings aside, the future of this subgenre looks quite promising. There are plenty of other games that feature evolution in some way that I didn't get a chance to talk about. If you found this subject interesting, once again there are links to all the games and scientific papers discussed in this video down below, with more information about the incredible people who are paving the way in simulating evolution. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoy—
Okay.
Hello everyone, this is your
Let's
Daily
watch this
Dose
for
of
a minute
Internet.
or two.
This person went through a McDonald's drive-thru,
And
looked in his bag,
I
and saw
will
that
be
he received
done
the wrong order.
for today.
He got $5,000 in cash instead.
Like, what is this? Why would they do this?
He decided to be a good person and return the cash.
I would not have been a good person. I definitely wouldn't have.
Oh my god.
Look. Nah, I probably would have brought it back. Now, the more I think about it, I would have brought it back. That's $5,000 though, bro. That's a nice little come up.
I really want to give you a hug.
Yeah, because I guess, like, at the end of the day, it could, like, yeah. It's your back to him. Yeah, you definitely should. Because at the end of the day, they could probably track that back to you. Yeah, because if they got any type of cameras, they can figure out, like, what bag they put in, and then Tada's lead back to you, and then they be looking like, where's the money at? Yeah, so.
And I get free McDonald's for a month, I guess.
For a month? You better give it for a year.
Can I have a napkin?
Yeah.
Ooh, he's snitching.
He's
Everybody
snitching.
Hey, dude, get back.
Hey guys, we'll be chugging a Dr. Pepper for Happy New Year's. Alright, well, Happy New Year, guys.
Why like that? Yeah.
This gorilla did not like how
Painful.
this girl was beating on her chest.
He's like, all right, come here. Oh, yeah, I remember. I seen this before. Yeah.
Here's a pretty easy science experiment showing how to bend light. When the lights are off, you can see how the laser bounces off the walls of the water stream.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my god, I swear to god, this thing just he looked at me.
This guy trained his cat to turn on the
did.
Xbox.
Big man, I need the Xbox on, please. Thank you.
Bro, like, this is so dumb. Look at this. I'm taking a. I can literally see over the.
You want to come in? Not your flipper. Don't attack your flipper, you silly boy.
So this is pretty cool. The gas stations in Japan look a little different. All the hoses just kinda
Yes.
hang from the ceiling.
That's cool. That looks like some weird simulation. That looks like some back rooms, like 3D generated footage or something. It doesn't look real, but it is still cool. And it takes up a lot less area too, a lot less space. Shatter it. Come on, bro. There we go.
This has got to be the saddest baby I've ever seen.
Oh, dang.
I'm sorry. Oh my god. What'd you do? Oh my god, I scared him.
It was so cold in Minnesota that this YouTuber decided to make some artwork using toilet paper.
Spray until it's thick enough to hold the roll.
This dog got upset when this guy stopped petting.
That reminds me of Fluffy. It reminds me of Gigi. Fluffy used to chew on your hands if you didn't keep petting her. And then Gigi would start scratching at you till you kept doing it. I miss both of them. Ooh, hold on, go back. Almost took your head off.
Poor little guy was
Double
stressed
points. He's like, I can't stand this, baby.
Hola.
Rat buddy. Right, it's an animal, a wild animal. Don't. It's not your friend.
This is how quickly they engrave names on a trophy after someone wins a tennis tournament. The engraver waits to see who wins and then immediately goes to work. After a few minutes, the trophy is ready for the presentation. That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
He did not
Later.
like that at all. All right. What is this? Okay, I can't keep looking at stuff like that. Ooh, Horizon Zero Dawn. I haven't played the second one yet. Is it available on PS4? If it is, I might play it. I want to play that, and I want to play what's the other thing called? God of War Ragnarok as well. I know that's on the PS4, but I haven't bought it. Even my PS4 is broken, I gotta figure out how to fix it because the thing stopped working, the disk drive. So what's it called? I'm not remembering. Oh yeah. Horizon Forbidden West. It is on PS4. Too bad I can't actually well, I guess I could buy it off of PSN, but I know it's gonna be full on $60 and it's not gonna go down for a while. Because they're gonna upcharge. But all right. Looks like he's choking it. All right. Boom, face cam. It's 12:56, so I'm finna go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I know I was gonna say I was gonna go until 1:30, but no, I'm not doing that. Yeah, so I went a little bit less than an hour. So me. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do for the Dead Space thing is record myself playing it and just react to it and everything, and then I'll cut it up myself and then ask my brother to help with editing everything. I think that's a better way to go about it than trying to stream it because it doesn't seem to want to stream well at all. It really does not want to do that. So I need to see Dune. But yeah, I hope you all had a great time. I will see you all later. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit that let me get it right in my head so I can see it all in one quick go. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a like, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the video, about the stream and everything. You can also, find me on any of my socials. You can find my link tree down in the description as well. And you can find my socials like my Twitter, where I got a little bit of my work up there. Not much, but a little bit. You got my Instagram, TikTok that I don't use and I don't have a picture up on. I don't do nothing with it yet. And I'm going to figure that out. That's going to happen soon. I'll probably start doing it with the Dead Space videos. I'll probably cut out some little pieces of that and put that in there. But yeah, so... Oh, yeah, and if you're on Twitch, give me a follow. And that's it. Hope you all had a good time tonight.